GIS is a technology that allows you to map data, lots of data. The ways in which GIS has informed business decisions are innumerable. A simple example. Imagine you're a retailer and you're thinking about expanding into new markets. To find your optimal sites for your new stores, you want to know, where do my customers live? Where do they shop? Where are my competitors? Combine all this data with GIS and you see great options for store locations.
It very often said that data is the new oil, and GIS is a confluence of all of the different data sources that we have now. Anytime it matters spatially how two things are related, and that's just about everything in this world, you need GIS.
It's used by every major corporation to manage their supply chains and to pick where to build stores. It's used by utilities. It's used by transportation companies, which is why it's kind of remarkable that so few people know about it.
EVgo is an electric vehicle fast charging company. GIS has really helped EVgo to better site and accelerate our charging station deployment. We use a lot of GIS data to better understand where our EV customers are, where they live and work, where there's 24/7 lighting and food and restrooms. We're making sure that we're not building really close to flood hazard areas. Everyone understands a map, so it helps us to communicate with utility companies. They can now better plan grid capacity for EV charging in the future.
The most interesting thing about GIS is that not only does it answer the question you were looking for, it just opens up new ideas. People often think about it just as site selection, but it's so much more than that. It's a shopping center that's trying to figure out how to re-merchandise to be able to meet a changing demographic. It's finding your opportunity for expansion. Here are the stores where you can make some improvements. Here are the stores that you may want to consider relocating. It's like this wonderful little ball of string where you just start to pick and pull, and then you just go till you get to the golden egg.
In the GIS industry, some estimates are that it's going to double between now and 2027. People are excited and really want to learn more. GIS can be used to really improve operations. Agriculture is a great example. It's used to help farmers make better decisions about when to get into their fields, what to plant, what chemicals to apply. Being able to layer all this data and look at the interrelationships is really exciting. Another great example is from the insurance industry. As risk is changing, it could be fire, it could be flood. Insurance companies have to reevaluate how it is that those policies are being issued and underwritten. GIS helps our clients understand what the future might look like to administer those policies.
Energy is needed to power the world. When we look at commercial opportunities, that can be everything from constructing a new pipeline to expanding our operating facilities. We use GIS to understand risks so that we can mitigate and manage them. A lot of our activities can be adjacent to sensitive communities, so you need a lot of data to identify whether the activities you're looking at meet business and community needs. GIS helps us not only be good neighbors in the communities in which we operate, it helps us understand opportunities and risks in everything we do each day.
Logistics is a $13 trillion industry. If you think of it as a country, it would be the third largest economy in the world. but the industry is inefficient. There's 20% waste. Using GIS to take that waste out is a big business opportunity. There's thousands of companies, and none of their systems speak to each other. Ocean hands to terminal, terminal hands to truck, truck hands to yard without communication. The thing I love about GIS is it's a great unifier, providing a holistic view of the patchwork of systems. That's very, very powerful to avoid disruption.
There's a recognition, even by the average consumer, that our supply chain has issues. People think the answer is more drivers, more facilities, more containers, but we can do more with the exact same infrastructure using GIS. Let me put this in perspective. At UPS, the average driver has more options to complete their route than the number of atoms in the universe, while meeting customer needs, labor rules, regulatory. GIS can optimize a driver's route and put it into their handheld computer within 30 seconds. No human could do that. UPS makes 500,000 more stops a day while reducing about $350 million in cost annually. That's been our experience, and I think the exact same thing can happen to the supply network globally.
GIS at Chick-fil-A has become an enterprise-level platform. One could argue in a business like ours, 100% of our data has a spatial component. So 100% of challenges should incorporate spatial thinking. That's why we have folks from marketing, supply chain, IT, field operations, all across the business leveraging GIS. It's a huge competitive advantage because we have embraced geospatial data across our organization. We gain a really deep insight across departments, tackling trillions of records to make better decisions. I jokingly say we know more about our competitors than they know about themselves. There's tons of potential across so many different industries. If you have physical assets, if you have customers that you need to know more about, every company of any sort can benefit from spatial technologies.